I'm Dale Smith for Loony Politics, and this week during the Biden visit, it was announced that there were changes made to the Safe Third Country Agreement between Canada and the United States so that it now extends along the entire border. That means that any migrant that crosses and claims asylum in Canada can be returned to the United States under this new framework. That essentially means that the Roxham Road unofficial crossing is closed, but that may create more problems than it actually solves. Part of the problem is that under the system, anyone who crosses at an irregular point can make a claim inland or has been able to make a claim inland. And by closing the Roxham Road unofficial crossing, that means that we're going to see more people going to further afield and crossing in more dangerous places and then going to ground once they're in Canada, so we don't actually track them and have any record of their arrival or so on. Now, this deal was predicated on an agreement for Canada to take in thousands of more migrants from the Western Hemisphere, which it sounds like are largely going to be from Haiti, because Americans seem to think that Canadians can better handle them because of the French in our system, and most Haitians will speak French of some variety. But again, this won't solve any of the actual problems. Part of it is also because the system in the United States when it comes to migrants hasn't changed appreciably much between Biden and Trump before him. And that means that there's been a lot more focus on those migrants trying to head to Canada because of the system in the US is far more problematic for them. We actually have a case at the Supreme Court of Canada right now that we're waiting on a decision on about whether we can actually consider the United States a safe third country because of what's going on in their system. And this new framework by which we extend it to the entire border could just make things a lot more complicated in the long run. And we could find a lot more asylum seekers who are crossing dangerously, who get lost in the cold in the winter, who could die having done so. And that will create an even bigger humanitarian problem than the one that exists already. The solution may actually be just to suspend the agreement entirely and let people make claims at any land port of entry. There's concerns that this may create a flood. However, this has largely been dismissed by people who study the field. And we're also in a different state right now when it comes to the problem with migrants around the world. There is a crisis around the world. Canada should be doing more because we have the resources and the need actually for more people. So the safer solution or the better solution may have been to simply suspend the agreement rather than what was negotiated with the Americans. For Loony Politics, I'm Dale Smith.